Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon, everyone. It's very good to be with you again. I had the good fortune of being able, for the first time, to really watch these press conferences myself at home. And there's so much you can't see sometimes when you're in the middle of something and in the middle of the intensity of what we have gone through. I took some advice from a mentor, one of the many mentors along this way. His name is Ron Heifetz. He is a co-founder of the Center for Leadership at Harvard, and he often teaches in his classes. And in a conversation I had, and by proxy with him recently, that you have a hard job as a leader. You have to be on the dance floor, being in the dance, but every now and then you have to get up to the balcony and kind of look out at the dance floor. And I have to say, these couple of days I've had have really helped recenter me in this work going forward. And, as everyone has said here, the real issue we face, the real challenge is this virus. And global pandemics themselves can be very challenging for so many more reasons, not just the virus itself, but the disruption it brings to our lives, to our supply chains, to everything we've sort of known. And it's all of that can be equally difficult. So we know we sort of climbed a mountain and we plateaued, and we're coming down that mountain now. And for those of us who have climbed mountains, we know sometimes that it's actually a little more difficult on that road coming down the mountain. And as the Lieutenant Governor said, there is so much, while we are knowing and learning so much every day, one of the greatest strengths of our team is that they're listeners and they're learners. And at every step of the way, we ask hard questions, and that will go on. That will never stop in this process. But there are so many things we don't know and are still learning, and there's some things we have learned on this journey. One of the things we know is we have to respect the mountain. We have to respect this virus. It will continue to evolve, and we'll continue to navigate it. But I read some remarks by Dr. Fairchild. She's the dean of the College of Public Health, that got me thinking about this uncharted territory that we are going to wisely navigate together. But we're entering the next phase. We're entering, in this historical experience we're having, this next phase will also be accompanied by stresses and anxieties and excitement about new innovations. New things will take shape as we move forward. We will have successes. We will have occasional setbacks. We will learn from those, and we will have more successes. But it is that journey, going down that mountain and then going over these hills that we know are coming, that we'll do together. It really has to be a collective effort, and it reminded me again of public health. When I became a physician, public health to me was being a pediatrician and helping an individual patient. The field of public health is about knowing all of us, and all of us are that individual patient. Each and every one of us are well-being. But what public health taught me was about the collective, how it takes all segments of society to ensure health, from nonprofits to businesses to government to what we do as individuals. And I mentioned once before the socio-ecologic model, which means that in public health, I think about you as individual well-being and all your behaviors, your genetics, those vulnerabilities that some of us have that the governor mentioned, whether we have predispositions or we're more older and more at risk, or we have other diseases as we're learning with this virus. But then I have to think about you in the context of your relationships and your family and your school and places you meet up together. Then I think of it in terms of the next layer, circle out, which is the institutions we all are, where we work, live, play, and making sure, as Dr. Ware showed you, that you're in healthy environments. Occupational health is part of health for that very reason. And all of that is then another layer out, are all the ways we build through our institutions and our policies that surround that. So your health and well-being is never a zero-sum game. It's never your individual health pitted against where you work. It's never just your health versus where you do your faith. It's all you. It's all you in the life you lead. And so for me, public health really is about all of those things collectively. And to move forward, we are all going to have to continue to be our best selves. Whether it's ourself as a parent and what we're doing with our kids, ourself as that school teacher, ourself as that business owner. The way Ohio is going to be strong is all of us continuing to be our best selves together. I believe we are going to do, just as we attacked this first phase, I believe all of us in Ohio are going to do this next phase together with all that same spirit. It's essential that we do this all together, and we will balance all of this together. And most importantly, our communities will lead in this. And again, we will continue to help, listen to you, and help you along this journey. Thank you.